go, the goat, the rice and peas, the barbecue, the jerkin, and the fresh veg.
Wagwan, what's great? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome and thank you very much for stopping by. My name is Chef Adrian Morris and you're watching Morris Time Cooking.
Me know about sardine, mackerel, chicken neck, chicken back. Nothing a waste, nothing a dash way.
Alright, you know the vibe go on Sunday, you know. And we'll deal with some chicken. I'll do some barbecue on the grill. So I clean it up nicely. Yeah, man. Clean off the excess skin and them thing there. Yeah. So when you're doing the barbecue, you know, we don't like to break it up, so we like to keep it whole like this. So you trim off all of the fats. Yeah. I do some curry goat today, some barbecue chicken, some jerkin, rice and peas. I get everything authentic. You see me? We're gonna go up on the grill today with the barbecue, yeah? Yeah, man. And then we're gonna go some boom now. I'm gonna make some cabbage, some fresh cabbage, raw veg, you know? I'm gonna make some raw veg. See it there? So we clean out that proper. Yeah, man, clean out that properly. Break that. Broke it tie. Yeah, man. With a knife. You know, you want to scrape off it. Make sure you get off all of the excess feather. But the good thing about this, we're going to be throwing this on the barbecue and the grill. So we're going to burn off any other excess feathers that may be there. But you still want to clean it up properly, right? So now, that's what we have. Anything I have extra, as I may say, trim off a little bit of the fat. You still want a little bit, you know, to give you flavor, as well as to keep the chicken moist while it's on the grill. Alright? So how much I have? I have 4 leg and thighs here. I will clean them up just like that. Nice. I'm going to wash it with some lime and vinegar water. So we're going to give that some vinegar. I'm going to wash those nice and clean. So we're going to leave this to rest in this vinegar water for a few minutes, and then we're going to drain it off. Get some fresh water. I'll rinse that off. So fresh water to rinse. Alright, there we go. I'm going to pot dry these and prepare them for seasoning. Nice and clean. And there we go. Set this aside. Alright, here we go now. So I have here about 4 pounds of goat, 36, 31 or $32 Canadian for this 4 pound of goat. So about $8 pound there about. I'm just gonna wash these off. Looks very meaty. This is the goat leg that we're using right here. Yeah, we're using the goat leg, so I don't think we're going to be needing a lot of trimming because it doesn't have a lot of fat on there. Whatever fat you find, you're just going to trim these off like so. Scissors can get this done. And just trim it up nicely. Yeah, there's not a lot of trimming that needs to take place. So some vinegar on here. I'm going to get some water now. And we're going to rinse those. So we get the excess blood off, as well as whatever rawness may be present and all the debris. Just wash that off. You rinse off the excess, you're going to pour that water off. Yeah, man, just pour the water off like so. And then we're just gonna rinse off the excess vinegar. Alright.
Yeah, you see cinnamon powder?
Should be in this. Alright, so we're just gonna pat dry the goat pieces and we're gonna add them to the bowl. And you realize the color has become gray. It doesn't look as red with the blood because we washed them clean. And there we go. All that goat meat has been washed and rinsed and pat dry, and we're gonna season this up. Alright, so we have here some scallion.
Hey,
No, man, keep this cousin, mother. So what we're going to be using now to season up everything, I have some ginger, I have some fresh garlic, fresh thyme, scotch bonnet pepper, white onion, right? And I also wanted some scallion, but I don't have enough scallion, just enough for the rice and peas. So we're just going to be washing these nice and clean, rinse them off. And we're just going to blend these up to add to our chicken and our goat meat. So we're making a jerk rub in essence. Eh? Let me feel that seed. Show me what cinnamon and nutmeg. Oh. Alright, so I have some fresh onion in. One fresh onion. We're going to go in with some garlic. And about a head of garlic, right? Gonna add a little bit of oil to that. I'm using here some olive oil. Alright, so we have here the onion and the garlic. We just want to blend those by themselves with a little bit of oil. So this is what I want. Just the garlic and the onion. This can help us to get a fresh note in our food, right? Just scrape that out. Here we go. I'm gonna add that to a jar. Beautiful. So there we go. That's the onion and the garlic. Nice fresh note. Set this to the side. Alright, what we're gonna do, we're gonna do up some scotch bonnet peppers. We're gonna add a little bit of oil just to help blend it. Alright, we're gonna blend that. So scotch bonnet by itself. Here we go. Nice. Alright. So, whoa! There we have some scotch bonnet by itself. Right? And this is if you need any scotch bonnet, you can just pick some. Because sometimes not a lot of person can manage the spice. You just want some fresh garlic, some fresh onion. Or in this case, you just need some scotch bonnet to throw into your food. You don't mix it with anything but the scotch bonnet, right? Alright, there we go. So we have all that scotch bonnet nice. So now we have the scotch bonnet, we have the onion and the garlic, and these we're going to be using these to flavor our food. So we're going to set this to the side. In that same container, I'm going to be whipping up some jerk, right? So 1 onion, 3 scotch bonnet pepper, a piece of ginger, some fresh thyme, and then we're going to go in with some fresh garlic, about 1 bulb of fresh garlic. So at this point, you'd like to add your scallion. I don't have any scallion, just enough for my rice and peas. So what we're going to do, we're going to season that up. We're going to add a tablespoon of salt. Balance out the heat. We're going to go into a tablespoon of sugar. Some pimento berries, about a tablespoon too. With some fresh pimento berries in there. Teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And I'm going to grate 1 fresh nutmeg. If you have the grated nutmeg, you can go ahead and add that. So I'm going to grate about half of this or 1. And we're going to go in with the juice of half of lime. half of lime juice in here. Get a little bit of acidity. Yeah. Some olive oil just to help with the blending. About a few tablespoons. And a little bit of white vinegar. And lastly, some browning. This will help us to give us color on our stuff right now. So about a tablespoon. Cover that up. And we're gonna blend. I need a little bit more browning sauce, but first I'm gonna taste this. See what it tastes like. Alright. Flavorful, spicy too. Gonna get that browning inside here. So just fill up our mason jar. You can chop this up less or more depending on what you like. Beautiful. Alright, so now we're gonna be seasoning up for barbecue. I have it outside in the sun for a little while. Reach up to room temperature. We're gonna add some all-purpose seasoning on here. Just enough to season it up nicely, about 2.5 tablespoons, depending on your meat, right? From there, I'm gonna go in now with half teaspoon of black pepper, that nice fresh Scotch pepper. You know, barbecue a little bit spicy. We're gonna go in it about a half teaspoon, because that's a good amount of spice, right? Tablespoon of that onion and garlic. If you have green seasoning, you can do this, but I wanted to make it this way, right? And then we're gonna rub that up nicely. Yeah, man. Rub that up beautifully. And the flavor that you're gonna get is phenomenal. Don't be shy. Go underneath the skin, because that's what matters, right? Underneath the skin. You see that? You wanna go all the way under the skin. There we go. Clean that up nicely. There we go. We're gonna set this to marinate. So I have here a thumb-sized piece of ginger crush. Gonna add to my goat. A few pimento berries. That will help with flavor, as well as it's gonna tenderize that meat. Little bit of black pepper, about a teaspoon. Nice. About 2.5 tablespoons of all-purpose, enough to season that up nicely, but not too much to hide the flavor of the meat, right? Tablespoon of our onion and garlic mix. And of course, you're doing goat meat, so we need a teaspoon of that fresh grounded fresh Scotch pepper. And we're gonna go in it about 2 tablespoons of curry powder. Just like that. I'm just gonna rub that in. That goat meat is marvelous. So pretty. You have to be careful when you're rubbing this up, because remember now you have very sharp bones like these, so you don't want to be rubbing it too vigorously, because the chances are you may cut yourself. You can use a spoon, a spatula to do this, right? And I like to put on a gloves because I don't want all that curry color under my nails, right? Awesome. Rub that up beautifully. Mommy, make a little piece of hand paper towel, please. Make sure every piece of your meat gets seasoned. And there we go. Beautiful. You see that? Looks so good. Thanks. Clean that up, man. I'm just gonna set this aside to marinate. Alright, so we have the meat seasoned up already, the chicken seasoned up. Gonna go in with some peas. I will need about a cup and a half to 2. I'm just gonna wash these. Nice fresh kidney bean. Pour that off. And then we're gonna give it a second wash. Alright, so in with our kidney beans. Then we have about 4 garlic cloves. And just cut these up. A few pimento berries. That's for flavor as well as to help to tenderize that peas. Tablespoon of pink salt. And we need just enough to cook these peas nice and tender. We're gonna add about 6 cups of water in. I'm gonna set this on the stove on medium high until it comes to a boil. Come, stop playing in my kitchen. Here I have a Dutch oven. I'm gonna add some olive oil, enough to cover the base of the pot. Gonna add to our oil about a tablespoon of curry powder. Mix that in. And once this curry powder starts to toast, that's when we're gonna add our goat meat in. Beautiful. In with the goat meat. Just gonna mix this up. Stir that up. Yeah, man. Sun the setting, this way I say. And there we go. So I have some water here. It may look cloudy, but remember that blender that had the garlic and the onion. I rinsed the blender out, as well as this bowl that we season our meat in, and that's all the liquid flavor. We're gonna set this aside, cover this up, and we're gonna allow that to produce its own liquid. Give it to me. Give it to me, I have steel. Go. Leave this place. Okay, so here we are now. And look how much liquid this has produced. All that liquid has been produced. Stir that in. So now we're gonna add some water, just enough to cover the meat pieces. Just like that. And we're gonna allow this to cook on medium heat for about an hour and a half to 2 or until nice and tender. And if we need any more water, we can add this liquid. So we're just gonna set this to the side. So typically it's around 6 cups of water added. Or just add enough to cover the meat pieces. So now we're gonna work on the coconut. There we go, some coconut water. So there we go, fresh coconut water. No, now we're here. Let's go. Alright, so we'll just remove the coconut from its husk. Alright, so there we go. Our peas is boiling up nicely. What you want to do now, you want to add some cold water, and we're going to sink the peas to the bottom. Pour that hard as possible. And there we go. Just going to watch the grains as they fall to the bottom. What will this will do is help these to cook properly, right? All of them will be sunken. Then cover that. We're going to allow that to cook on medium for about 30 to 40 minutes or until it's nice and tender. Gonna cut those coconut into strips. Yeah man, once you cut these into strips, you know you're good to go. And then we're just gonna blend it. Back in the day, you know, we used the coconut. Yeah, we used to go so boom and be with coconut, we grate it, but now we have blenders, so we don't need to do that. And this is one small coconut that I'm using. This gives me a better, you know, a creamy mixture. As I said, today's menu is rice and peas as usual. You know, that's the Sunday tradition in Jamaica. Rice and peas. I think next week I'm going to do up some fish. You see what I say? So rice and peas, curry goat, barbecue chicken on the grill. We're going to have some jerk corn and some raw veg salad. Yeah, man. So we are doing. Yeah, man. Yeah, them boy around there ball and give them grandmother problem. So then go on. Jamir and his mother gone at the movies. You know? Yeah, do the maths. I'm gonna fill this with water. There we go. There we go. So off camera, I'm just stirring up the curry goat right now. Can't manage to move the camera, but it's boiling up, looking good. There we go. So we're just gonna strain that out. And we're just gonna squeeze that. Look how creamy that looks, man. Let me see, man. Look at that. Nice and creamy. Authentic, everything in idea. Gonna go back in with the flakes. Gonna add back the flakes to this, and we're just gonna get some more water for a second blend. Because these are not blended as small as I would want them, you know. We need to get more cream. But this time we're gonna go in with half the amount of the liquid. There we go. Gonna give this a second blend. Alright, strain that out. Holy. So rich. I like to use a little bit of the flakes and add that in the milk. In Jamaica, what we do on Sundays, we add some brown sugar to this, and that's a snack. I get some milk, you know, if anything. I give him some beer pan banana earlier. That's it. You can give him something for it now. Look at that. Beautiful and creamy. Almost overflowing. We're going to set this to the side, and once that piece is cooked, then we should be good to go. The goat is running. The peas is cooking. I'm going to wash up some plate, and then after this, we're going to cut up the vegetables. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to deal with the corn afterwards. Yeah. Just wash up these dishes, because you don't know what thing going on. You have to wash as you go, right? So my rug right there in the kitchen and so I walk far down. Young boy. See then, man. Add that to the bowl. Say she a good for you, make you feel like because she Alright, so we have the cabbage. Now, time for carrot. Jerry! What's up, buddy? Alright, so gonna peel that. Alright, this way. Balance it off. Peel along the carrot like that. You can use the remainder of this for your stewed chicken, carrot juice, or even the goat that we're making. But that's enough for me. You know? Yeah. So get that nice and thin. So once you get it like that, what we want to do, we want to double them up like this. Alright. Cut that in half because it's too long. Line them up like so. I'm going to cut them into nice little thin strips. Like that. Like julienne strips, so to speak. Cut them up nice and thin. Yeah, man, here it is. See that? Nice and thin. I'm gonna add that to the cabbage. This will give you a nice, even carrots. Level it out. And we can do this as well. Oh, mercy. So this is our raw veg. You know, buy box food back in the days. This year I get tonight, you know. Yeah, man. Carrot, cabbage. And that would be it. But we are going to add a little something to fill with it. You know what I say? We now just stop it there, so. Yeah, man. We now just stop it there, so. You see me? And all of these, as I say, so when I see I make these videos for Sunday, what I go and regret? When you see these videos are being made on Sunday, just know I have a recipe detail with all of these things. You see what I say? So, check out the channel, man. But this is just like something fun to watch on Sunday. And just remind on some of the stuff that I even have on the channel. You see me? Add that in. Alright. Now we have some bell pepper. You see what I say? Yeah. Just cut that out. You see that? No waste, right? Now the bell pepper, we want to get this nice and thin. So you put it down flat. And we're going to cut out the excess of the membrane we have in there. So as I say, I have detailed videos on these. When I really look for just most of the skin with the flavor there. I want this thin as possible. Yeah, man. You see that? We don't want that. This as well. You can keep this, you know, for that this, you can keep this one in a stew down something. You know what I say? I put it to the side. But as I say, I have detailed tutorial on how I do these things. So you need to dig out some of that. Right? And we'll just chop this nice and fine, you know. Hey boy, left me. Can't. That boy I see me, I feel watch him like a hawk, you know. Yeah, man. And just chop it up nice and fine like so. And there. See that? Nice and fine. There we go. So we have the vegetable. We're gonna wash that with some salt now. Little salt over top. And we're just gonna add some water. Cold water. Alright. So going in some cold water. I wanna wash this. Mix that up. So the reason why I cut it so small, because it's gonna be easy to just eat as a fresh veg. You know what's missing from this that I don't have? The green bell peppers to give it a pop of color, you know what I say? But this is still nice, you know. The green one will just top this off nicely. Salt is gonna add a little bit of flavor as well as help us to clean this. Alright, we're gonna pour this off and then rinse it. Here we go. Nice. And later on you can add some cucumbers in here, but we're not going to put it now, because you know cucumbers has lots of water, so we're just going to keep the cucumbers fresh, and then later on add them. So wash, rinse now, get out the excess salt. I don't want this to be salty, nice and fresh veg. Rinse this off again or pour this out. Alright, I'm going to transfer that to a smaller bowl now, because I need the space for the fridge. Everything nice and tossed. Add enough water to cover, cold water. Alright, so you see that? We have enough water. We're just gonna leave this in the fridge. So you can do this as soon as you get up in the morning on a Sunday, or whenever time you want to make this vegetable right here. Right? And you leave it just like that. We're gonna add this to the fridge and let it sit. So you want it to cover up. What this will do is once it gets cold in the fridge, it's gonna crisp up these vegetables, and trust me, when you bite into them, you'll think it's some freshly baked crackers. That's how I like them, nice and crunchy. And before we serve it, we're just gonna throw the water off, drain it in some paper towel and serve, and you're gonna see how amazing these turn out. Have some fresh corn on the cob. What you wanna do, strip those back. Fresh corn on the cob. Get that fresh corn on the cob, peel it back like that. Alright, so we're gonna remove these ears. You know what I say? Just remove all of these. We're not gonna rip this off, you know, we're gonna keep this on the cob. Get some salt. Gonna add that to the corns. What you wanna do? We're gonna wash them. Dry them off. Dry them nicely still. And that salt water, you can let them soak in the salt water for a bit to depart some flavor. But we're gonna dry these off nicely. Yeah, man. Alright, so for the corn now, I have here some softened butter, some garlic powder, about a 1/4 teaspoon. You can use about 1/2 stick of butter. I'm gonna go in with some black pepper, still 1/4 teaspoon. Gonna add a little bit of onion powder as well, a little bit of salt. Remember that fresh onion and garlic, add that in there, as well as the powder, you know, I will need a little bit of that powder. Awesome, that jerk marinade that we just made, I'm gonna go in with about 2 tablespoons. There we go. Gonna mix that in, get a proper jerk butter, right? So we can do one of a few things. We can use a brush. What we're gonna do, we're gonna brush that jerk butter on. So you hold the corn on the cob like that, brush the jerk butter on there. Here we go. Generous amount on here. Here we go. Beautiful, right? So remember those first layers, you want to pull these back like this. Here's my rugrat trying to climb up. So you bring back these first layers like so. Leave it please. Leave it please. There we go. Put that back. Hey, stop stealing my things. Go on with your business. So we're just gonna cover that up. Cheese, left the thing now, you. And there we go. Right? And we do it like that, and then we're gonna put it on the grill. And we're gonna cook this and let it soak and steam in a sense. This is to use now to just hold that If me thing na you, Jared, come on man, go on now. And there we go, and we'll leave a little bit like this. And then we're just gonna put this on the grill like this. So we're just gonna finish that up. Massive reduction. The sauce is nice and rich, but we're still not there yet because this is not cooked. I'm gonna have to add a little bit more water in here and allow these to tenderize. Add a little bit more water, just enough to cover. Nice. See where. Come in. So we have a breadfruit here. I'm gonna add this to my grill because I want to cook that breadfruit. We have all our corns. Yeah man, so we just drop the corn on the grill. Gonna put them at the front for now. Grill is already lit. So we're gonna get some spray, add that to the grill so nothing doesn't stick. Pimento leaf from down at Jamaica, you know what I say? Add some on here. And then the chicken on here. And we're just gonna keep that rolling. And we'll keep that liquid. So cover that down. And we're gonna allow that now to just cook. Alright, so here we go with the peas. Everything looking good. Nice and soft. Here we go. Alright. That beautiful coconut cream, we're gonna pour that in. Oh. Here we go. And then we're gonna go in now with our scotch bonnet pepper, our scallion, and some fresh thyme. Everything has already been washed. You know you won't come over here and don't see a little bit of brown sugar to the rice, right?
Come here.
Just like that. Go in some butter. Touch a little black pepper inside there. Yeah man. Nice. Give that a stir. Go rice pretty man. At this point you can taste it to see if you want to adjust the salt. But as I said, I put enough salt from the get-go, so we don't really need any more. Use salt based off your tolerance. You know what I say? Stir that up. I'm gonna allow this to come to a boil, and in the meantime, I'm gonna wash some rice. So cover that up. Ooh. So there we go. So we turn over those corns just like that. So this is why we keep them in the husk or in the shell, so that they don't burn the grains, right? And they keep that, and they don't melt that butter out. Flip that over and repeat that. Our jerk is up, our barbecue is up here going, getting that flavor from the pimento berries, you know, from the pimento. Kind of flip them over, get some flavor on this side. Yeah, and everything's smelling good. I realized I put the barbecue up at the top because I don't want to char them just yet. Just want to get some color on them. All of that juice, we're going to be using that to spread on here. There we go. Yeah man. Corn running, breadfruit, roast up same time. Yeah. So here I have 4.5 cups of jasmine rice. We're gonna wash that about 2 to 3 times or until the water runs clear. Alright, so that coconut is cooking in nicely into the peas. Wash the rice about 2 to 3 times, as I said, until the water runs a little bit clear. You realize how cloudy this is? First wash. Alright, rinse this off now. Pour that out. Second wash. And again, we do this because we don't want the thing to be, the rice to be soggy. Because when you have too much starch in the rice, it becomes a bit soggy. One third and final wash now, because the water is becoming clear. And I wash this in room temperature water. Alright. Looking good. Scrape all that custard from the side. Show that look rich and red. Beautiful. Going with the rice right to the center. And once you see that rice is mounting like that, you know you have enough water. Stir that in to distribute the peas and everything. You see what I say? Pot smell good, pot look good. Everything simmering now. Peas now the thing up. Alright, we have enough water. Cover that up and turn that on medium heat. Once it comes to a boil and you start seeing the rice grains or the peas, then we're going to turn that on minimum and then allow it to steam. So let's go see what we have in here. Some, look at that. See the chicken getting some nice color. Beautiful. Look at that. These are causing some problem. I just put some extra cans that doesn't have any seasoning on them, just regular. Just in case anybody want regular corn. Breadfruit is here. Flip that. See, these cans are looking good. You see that? Yeah, man. I'm gonna take them out the shell pretty soon and then baste them with some fresh jerk seasoning. But that's what we want. Look at that. Beautiful. Cover that down and cook. Alright, so for the corn now, what we're gonna do, we're going to remove the casing from the corn. So I remove all of this. Gonna get some of that jerk marinade. Fresh. I'm just gonna rub that over. Get a little freshness to it. Alright, there we go. So everything dried down. Gonna remove that pepper. I'll remove the thyme sticks. And we're just going to mix that up. Just like that. Get all those peas grain going. Get all of that color from the peas, everything. Alright, everything looks good. And minimum, I'm gonna go in now with a piece of foil. What the foil does is to help to steam this better, right? Add a bit of water on top of the foil. Cover that on minimum heat. On low heat, we're gonna steam this for about 20 minutes. And we should be good to go. I'm gonna check on our grill outside now. Chicken is almost ready. Look at that. Ooh. You see that beautiful color that's coming out slowly? I would have it over direct heat. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that juice running. You see, man. Look at that. Look at the juice running from the chicken. Holy. Beautiful jerk on. Oh, good to go. Look at that, man. Beautiful. Juice just dripping. And we're gonna apply the barbecue sauce now. At this point, here's our favorite barbecue sauce. Alright, so we are now. Beautiful, see there? Ready to go. Beautiful barbecue, see there? Nice and easy, you know what I say? We gotta turn off the grill now and allow the steam to just finish up the breadfruit and everything. And we should be good to go. Yeah, we never have it on a high heat. Less than 30 minutes, you know what I say? We're good. Let that go on. Check it out, see what go on. Yeah. Like this. So I'm gonna season it up now. So I have some fresh thyme. We're gonna go in, already washed. Onion and fresh garlic in. Yeah? It's not too spicy, so guess what? We're gonna go in some of that fresh scotch bonnet pepper, not too crazy. Yeah, man. A little bit of black pepper, you know the vibe. Some more all-purpose. We're gonna go into about a quarter cup of milk, coconut milk. If you know, you know. Here we go. Yeah, man. Alright, you know. Mix that in. Nothing nice, man. I'm just gonna allow this to cook down for about 20 more minutes until the meat is nice and tender and the gravy is somewhat thickened. Yeah. And medium heat. Cover that. And there we go. We're just gonna drain this liquid off. And we have some nice crunchy vegetable. And just tap that. Pat dry. And it should be good to go. There you go, some nice fresh vegetable. If you want to add any dressing, you can, but I like to eat it raw, fresh, just like this. So there we go, the goat, the rice and peas, the barbecue, the jerk on, and the fresh veg. Let's go. Look up on yourself for the sun there. Leave a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment below. And say if you love my vibe, don't forget to hit subscribe. Jono, try it out at home, you won't be disappointed. Once again, thank you very much for watching. You see, until next time, safe travel upon the gravel. And go and big up on yourself.